everyone say this with me. Everything works out for me in the end.
Everything works out for me in the end.
If it hasn't worked out yet,
It hasn't worked out yet.
it is in the end.
It is the end.
Take that one and say it. I'm here because I love this industry, but I spent 5 years basically retired from network marketing. I was tired of a lot of the junk and a lot of the stuff and the this and the that, and I've seen this concept 10 times and that concept 15 times. And I told Reggie says I told him no 12 times. That doesn't include the 30 times I left him on red. And I was in Dallas in October, and he hit me up, and y'all now know how Reggie is. He hit me up. He saw on my Instagram story that I was in Dallas, and he goes, "Hey man, you can't just come into my home city and just ignore me, man." I said, "That's fair. That's fair." He said, "Get your butt out to Fort Worth and have dinner with me." And I said, "All right, Reggie, I'll have dinner with you, but 2 things aren't happening at that dinner. One, I'm not getting back into network marketing. Even though I love the industry, but I'm not ready." I figured I would, so I'm a father of 3, 15, 13, and my 8-year-old daughter. And the truth is, I thought, right now my daughter's best friend is probably me, all right? Her mom might argue with that. But I figured, in a few years, my 8-year-old will rather hang out with her friends than with her dad. Right. And then I'm going to be essentially like a quasi-empty nester. Then I'll get back into network marketing. So I go and I sit down with Reggie. So I said, "Reggie, I'm not getting into business, and I'm definitely not joining your motherfucking weed business. I don't use cannabis." And but then again, I've never had coffee before. Right hand to God, never had coffee, never tasted it. Not because it's bad, I've just never had it. It's because my grandma raised me about most of my life, and she drank coffee every day. And for all my life, I've associated drinking coffee with being old. So I'm dead serious. So until if you see me drinking a cup of coffee, it means I've resigned myself. So I don't use, but what I own is Starbucks.
Yes.
You see the parallel? So I went and I had dinner with Reggie. About an hour and a half later, I'm back in network marketing, and I'm still on the internet. Part of the reason I joined was this. When we walked in that Papados in Fort Worth, everybody from the hostess to the bartender while we waited on our table to our waitress to, how the manager will come by and ask you how dinner was, to the people sitting behind us. Every time Reggie said I own an online dispensary, he became the coolest dude in the room. Obama could have walked in. Who said they own an online dispensary? And that's when it hit me. I said, "Oh, wow. Okay, this makes sense." And so I got in and I committed. What I did is I committed to sharing the 5-minute YouTube video with one person a day. Because I knew I could do that, all right? Single dad, co-broker of a real estate company. I have other interests, right? We're all busy. What can I commit to? And I know, and so I ask other people to do the same thing. If you can commit to sharing this business once a day, at least once a day, for 90 days in a row, I would say I'll give you your money back at the end of that 90 days, but I already know that I won't have to. Right. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so that's what I committed to, and I just started just sharing. And what's wild is how attractive this business is. Like Isaac. I knew Isaac was entrenched in whatever he was doing, but I called him. And the first thing I said when Isaac picked up the phone was, "Isaac, I love you, and I appreciate everything that you've ever done for me." And I say that because if you can make a friend, you can make a sale. Yeah. People get so wrapped up. I don't know how this works, the cannabis business. It's funny when Nate does 3-way calls with me, and then he says, "Regional Director Mark Wolf, answer your question." And I get on the phone and I don't answer none of their questions. I just tell my story. Because people 9 out of 10, they just want to ask a question so they can feel important. You could literally say abracadabra after their question, they'd be like, I like that, you're right. So at the end of the day, we're only asking you to share this business and tell your story. because everything else will take care of itself. Like when it comes to the science and all that, I say, here's my science. Try this gummy, right? So we got started, that was October 20th, and it's just been like a miracle on wheels, man. It's been, I said, this business will grow legs and run away from me. You know, I've got areas in 9 different states, and I've sponsored only 21 people, and all but 2 were in Ohio. You know, so it's wild. So anyway, I'm here. I couldn't be more excited. The wave thing, to work with Marty, you're absolutely right. We're ahead of something just wildly undervalued right now. So if you're in these seats and you're thinking you're not sure, like you're in chapter 2, and I've already read through to chapter 9, and I found out that everyone in this room is set up, right? You just have to get there. So anyway, I don't know what else to say. I thank you, all y'all. Thank you, Marty, for taking all the risks, right? And so thank you again. Thanks for coming to Columbus. Yeah.
Woo!